Welcome back to Los Angeles. It's that time of year again. Halloween is quickly approaching, so obviously I had to bring back the renowned Halloween and horror expert, Steve.
Chris, thanks a lot. Always a good time to be here.
Of course.
And thank you for addressing me by my professional title, Halloween Extraordinaire and Master.
Did I really say that? I don't think so. I said expert.
Close enough. Anyways, guys, we got a fun one today. We did part 2 of last year's video of Magnolia Park. We hit the Mystic Museum. We hit Halloween Town last time. This time, we went to other places I didn't even know existed. Shame on me. However, we're going to have a good time. We're going to see some cool stuff, have some good food, and drink some great drinks.
We'll kick things off in North Hollywood at a unique coffee bar, and then head over to Magnolia Boulevard where we're going to visit some Oddities stores, some spooky stores, and of course we're going to go back to the Mystic Museum because they have a new special exhibit going on. And then after that, we're going to head over to Hollywood Boulevard for a very special dining experience. So Steve, should we go ahead and start the tour?
Well, if you really want to visit Oddities and Spooky, you should check out my Tinder matches. Anyways, guys, let's do it. Let's go. Let's have a good time.
Here we are at Horror Vibes Coffee, an independent horror-themed coffee bar in North Hollywood. And no, this is not a temporary pop-up, it is open year-round. And their baristas there are great, they're super creative, they have some cool horror-themed coffees such as the Candyman, Scissorhands, or Nightmare on Maple Street. So yeah, very cool spot. Steve, what did you think about this coffee bar?
Listen, Horror Vibes is where it's at. This is one of the coolest coffee shops I've been to. The drinks are on point. Its proximity to Magnolia Park is super close. In fact, Magnolia Boulevard is pretty much like a block away, so it's actually the perfect way to start your horror day. I just want to point out how cool the murals are in this place. If you're into like horror art and stuff, you're gonna be pleasantly surprised. And they got some really cool horror deco too. When I got my coffee, I was like, what is looking at me? And I looked and there's this doll just staring right at me. They have a big Nosferatu right there next to the cash register to haunt their dreams. The drinks, let's talk about the drinks, phenomenal. I find out a lot of these novelty coffee shop places, the drinks are like hit or miss, maybe one or two are alright, but this is one of those places, guys, where the whole menu just rocks. Right now they have this special menu called Camp Horror Vibes, and they have drinks such as Miss S'morehees and Piranha Matcha, which I wouldn't mind taking a bite out of.
Who can stop them?
The regular menu also has drinks such as Candyman, Bride of Frankenstein, and my personal favorite is Gordy's Home, which has a delicious banana whipped cream on top. There's also like non-dairy options. That's gonna come in handy for people like me who will be bloated. And I don't want to be bloated walking around Burbank. I look like the guy from Big Trouble in Little China. Anyways, overall a wonderful stopover for your spooky journeys. Check it out, guys.
That's right. By the way, Steve, why should you never make fun of baristas?
Why?
They'll roast you.
Guys, help me.
Alright, let's move over to Magnolia Boulevard. Alright, our first stop on Magnolia Boulevard is Vulture Culture Oddities. It's a store for all things dark, odd, and strange.
Like my eHarmony profile. Go on.
Alright. Yeah, the first thing I noticed walking into this store was this haunted dollhouse. Yeah, super cool. They put a lot of details into it, and it's certainly not your regular Barbie dollhouse.
I mean, it's not Malibu Barbie's dream home.
Nope, you'll see some blood, some limbs in there, so yeah. And then talk about the taxidermy, Steve, at this place.
Oh my goodness. Let's just say LA County Zoo doesn't have anything on this place. Some of these taxidermies are like 60 years old and they're preserved in such pristine condition, like so lifelike, like they're gonna attack Chris. I was worried for him. Really exotic collection, real impressive variety of animals. And they had some really cool centerpieces too. Of course, they have Oddities covered. One note, I picked up a couple of candles from there. I love their candle collection. We got this guy right here. We got that guy. And we got baby Chris right here, you see?
See the resemblance?
Anyways, guys, Vulture Culture, a way cool shop. You guys got to check it out. It's on Magnolia Boulevard. It is a must-see. Go.
Alright, and now let's move on to our next stop. Here we are at Dark Delicacies, a store that opened in 1994.
When I was born.
Yeah, that's a lie. But, Steve, I thought you were the horror expert, so how come you did not know about this place?
Let me hang my head in shame because I'm super embarrassed I didn't know about it. Apparently it's a horror staple in Burbank, and it's a wonderful bookstore. They have books on the cult, they have books on your favorite horror movies, how they're made, scary stories. It's like a Barnes and Noble for goths. But what really makes this place, guys, are the special events. They have signings for your books and DVDs. They get the actual directors of your favorite horror movie, writers, creative team members. Really cool. The store itself has great horror products. They have some wonderful lunch pails, socks. They've got signed movie posters. They got everything. It's a really cool shop, and you could actually spend a lot of time just looking at all the cool horror stuff they have there. I love this place. I wish I knew about it earlier. I would have included it in last year's video, but hey, better to be late to the party than to never show up.
Yeah, and when you go, also make sure to strike up a conversation with the owner, Del. He's a super nice guy, very knowledgeable about all things horror related.
Del is cool.
That's right. Alright, should we move on to our next stop?
Let's do it.
Alright, Steve, so undoubtedly the Mystic Museum is the most popular spot on Magnolia Boulevard.
The crown jewel.
Absolutely. So it's divided into 3 sections. There is a store for all things goth fashion, dark home decor, and mystical literature. Then you have an oddities, curiosities, and antiques shop. And my favorite, camp horror, an homage to 80s slasher and horror movies. And then, of course, the highlight are their special exhibits, which come with an admission fee of $20, but it's very well worth it. And the one that is currently on display is Horror High Reunion, showcasing the best of horror that took place on campus. And before you even go in, you get your own school ID, which you will actually use throughout the experience. So Steve, what are your thoughts on this exhibit?
Friends, if you thought your high school was horrific, you've got to check out this exhibit. It was super fun. As I always say, go with a group, you'll have a blast. The interactive portions were awesome. The photo ops were plenty. And they have this very cool prom room. I don't want to give too much away. You guys just got to go check it out. It is well worth the price of admission. And of course, with the Mystic Museum, there's always tons to see, whether it's the exhibit itself or the showroom floor. You know me, I'm a sucker for those antiquated medical devices. I told Chris I could give him some dental surgery with those, but he refused. You know, hey, I tried. But
we did it last year at the Y2K exhibit.
And look how nice his teeth came out.
Beautiful.
Guys, I love the Mystic Museum. Check it out. It is truly the centerpiece of Magnolia Park, and you will have a good time. And by the way, shout out to Mystic Museum for getting their Crypt Keeper head back. Love it.
That's right.
Justice is served.
All right, let's head over to our next stop. So this is Halloween Town, which started as a temporary pop-up more than 20 years ago, but now it's open year-round. It's a really cool Halloween store with all kinds of home decor, props, books, essentially anything Halloween related you'll find here. But I feel like it's even more than just a store. It's kind of like a walkthrough experience, so definitely make sure to check it out. What are your thoughts, Steve?
I mean, Chris, we reviewed this place in the last video. I'll say it before and I say it again, these guys should charge an admission to check out this store. Yes, you should pay to window shop at Halloween Town. That's how cool it is. It's like Spirit of Halloween on steroids. Every time I go here, it just blows my mind. The ambiance, the whole setup, the whole vibe and feel, no matter what time of year, it always gets you in the Halloween spirit, and it's definitely a must. It's actually pretty close to the Mystic Museum, so they go hand in hand. Guys, Halloween Town is a ton of fun. Check it out. Highly recommend it. It is awesome.
So this is the Crooked Path, a store with all kinds of witch-related items. And Steve, since you've been to Salem, the witch capital of the world, I feel like you should take this one away.
Well, before we start, just to clarify, I'd probably say that the witch capital of the world would be my suggested matches on Plenty of Fish. However, let's continue on. Guys, if you're into the occult, if you're into witchy goodness, this is the spot to be in. This is the real deal. They sell the oils, they sell herbs, incense, candles, books, spell kits, In fact, I bought a spell kit for myself, a love spell kit. And of course, they put me with Chris, so it didn't work, obviously. But very cool store. It is the real deal, and it is intense. I recommend you guys check it out. And the upstairs portion of it, Chris, how crazy was that?
Yeah, at first we didn't even know about it, but the person working there was like, yeah, go check it out. So we walked up there, and yeah, it was quite interesting.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, Crooked Path, one of the most unique stores I've ever been to ever. Check it out.
That was it for Magnolia Boulevard, so we're heading over to Hollywood Boulevard.
All right, let's go eat.
So we made it to Hollywood Boulevard, and here we are at the Beetle House, an immersive horror dining experience. And once again, they are open year-round, however, only from Thursday through Sundays. And they offer the Poltergeist Feast, a 3-course meal which costs $65, with all kinds of horror-themed foods such as Beetlejuice salad, the Edward burger hands, which had scissors in the burger, which was pretty cool.
It was huge.
But not only do they have food and horror-themed cocktails, you can also enjoy some entertainment by the likes of Chucky, for instance. And not only do they perform, they also walk around and interact with you as you sit at your table. So Steve, I know you've been many times, so obviously you love this place, so what are your thoughts?
Well, let me put it this way. You have Spargles of Beverly Hills, and you have the Beetle House. I have a date. We're going to the Beetle House. Guys, Beetle House is phenomenal. The ambiance is great. It's Tim Burton inspired. The actors are top notch. They were hilarious. Especially the Beetlejuice actor. He was so good.
It's great, yeah.
The food, I love the food. Yeah, it's $65. It's a 3-course meal plus entertainment in Hollywood. Come on, guys. It is worth it. Go on a date. Go with some friends. Go for your birthday. I don't care. Guys, just get over there. Check it out. It's super fun.
Alright friends, we hope you enjoyed this horror-themed tour of LA. This was our last stop. Make sure to check out our video from last year.
That's right.
And we also have a maze review where we went to the most popular Southern California Halloween events. So if you're planning any kind of trip to LA and want to do Halloween stuff, make sure to check that out because there are a lot of helpful tips in there. And you won't want to miss that.
Guys, this was a lot of fun. Give the video a like, share it, show us some love. We'll keep it coming. We love to have a good time, and we'll see you guys in the spooky season.